The big problem that London faces is that the Mayor's air quality strategy is simply not up to the job. Even if he had the funding to implement every single policy in it, his own analysis shows it still wouldn't solve the problem. There would still be a large number of air pollution hotspots currently exceeding the European Union limits for air pollution, and that situation cannot be allowed to continue. So as well as looking at the policies in the Mayor's strategy, we need to look at other measures too, otherwise this problem will never be solved.
We've already introduced a London-wide low emission zone which aims to exclude the most polluting diesel vehicles by fining them £200 unless they meet a minimum standard called Euro 3. Last year, the Assembly's Environment Committee issued a cross-party response to the Mayor's draft air quality strategy, which called for an inner London low emissions zone that would have had even tougher standards. These very low emission zones have been successful on the continent. The idea would be to target them at the worst pollution hotspots and to require vehicles to meet at least Euro 4 standards. The quickest and cheapest starting point would be to base it upon the congestion charge zone. But the Mayor should also be setting such minimum standards for vehicles using the Olympic route network and those entering Heathrow. Above all, this standard must apply to buses and black cabs as well as to vans and lorries.
That traditional sight on the streets of London, the black cab, is actually the most polluting fleet of vehicles in the whole capital, really contributing to the problem of air pollution. So the Mayor does need to take some steps. Now he's planning to take the most polluting vehicles, the oldest vehicles, off the road after they reach a certain age. That will begin in a year's time. He's also looking at low emission vehicles, electric vehicles for the Olympics. There's a few vehicles there. But we need to do something urgently about the whole fleet now. And one of the things the Mayor could do is reinstate the 6 monthly inspections for black cabs that used to take place. Previously, these were responsible for taking over 2,300 of the most polluting black cabs off the streets each year, so they could be taken in for repair and maintenance and put out back on the road again. If the Mayor did that immediately, we could begin to see some really serious improvements in air quality as a result.
In order to tackle the widespread problem of nitrogen dioxide, we need to reduce the total amount of traffic on our roads. London is a bit of a success story, as we've reduced traffic on our roads by nearly 5% in the last decade, whilst it's actually going up in the rest of the country. We now need to build on that success by continuing to invest in public transport and by keeping public transport fares relatively low. We also need to build on the achievement of the congestion charge and look at road pricing, which is a more flexible approach and could really help reduce traffic in the capital.
There's so much that's great about living in London, but if only we could get the air pollution problem sorted, life in London would be so much better. If you have any ideas about how the Mayor should improve air quality in the capital, then write to me at the address below.